Hi, my name is Cole, and I did my presentation on the types of stress. Um, what is stress? Well, there are a lot of different specific definitions. I think we all have our own specific definition for it. Um, just one definition is the biological reaction to a potentially dangerous situation. Another one is the non-specific response of the body to a demand for change. I think we can all pretty much agree on the fact that it sucks. My personal definition is stress is a physical and emotional response or emotional response to an unfamiliar or dangerous situation, especially something unfamiliar because might be um, you might be afraid of change. Some of the common signs of stress are headaches, low energy, change in mood. Some physiological signs are worrying, trouble remembering details, difficulty concentrating. There is a difference, I think, in anxiety versus stress because anxiety is more persistent. It consists of persistent worries, even in the absence of the stressor. First, we've got acute stress. Example is a laundry list. This is basically when you're stressed out over a laundry list of things that you need to do. It's very common for everybody, I think, and it is the most common form of stress. Most people experience this type of stress every day, and it isn't always a bad thing. It can push you forward. I guess it can almost give you a sense of eustress, but not. This is also good practice because it helps develop and give your brain and body practice for the best response to a future stressful situation. Next, I've got episodic acute stress. These are more frequent episodes of acute stress. Fortune telling, basically, this is when you try to predict bad things that could happen that haven't happened. And this can cause episodic acute stress. This can also affect your physical health and mental well-being. Basically, if you're constantly worrying about the future and if you're constantly worrying about future events going wrong, this can absolutely affect your mental well-being. Usually this person has taken on too many tasks and is unable to juggle them. We have chronic stress next. This is very long-term. Usually can stem from past traumatic experiences or childhood trauma. It is seemingly inescapable. It can definitely impact your health. It can cause cardiovascular disease, depression, high blood pressure, and it can weaken your immune system. So it's not a good thing. And then next we've got eustress. This is more positive. An example would be a skydiving group, as I have pictured. This is definitely associated with surges of adrenaline. But you need to keep in mind skydiving might cause you stress for someone, but it can also not cause you stress for someone who is afraid of heights or afraid of jumping out of an airplane. Some more examples of eustress would be skiing or attending a wedding or even running a marathon. Eustress really pushes you forward and it challenges you and it helps you achieve your goals and tasks at a higher level. Next, I want to talk about the fight or freeze response, fight, flight, or freeze response, developed by Walter Cannon in the 1920s. The freeze response is newer. It's basically when the fight or flight response is not possible or Your brain just doesn't want to react to anything in that way. An example of this for me, I think, as a flight attendant, we're trained to deal with these types of responses, especially in passengers or fellow crew members. When we are evacuating an aircraft, we might have an issue with a passenger freezing, and we've got to make sure that we are able to get them off of the plane in a timely manner. So when I was looking on the school library, I found this study that was conducted with 130 students enrolled in school between the ages or grades of 6th through 9th grade from California. They were basically told to do something that can cause a stressful reaction in your body, and then they were randomly assigned this activity. And then once the activity was done, they were either tasked with texting their friend, watching a video on their cell phone, which is more of a passive cell phone activity, or sitting quietly in silence, because they wanted to see if texting your friend would basically help reduce your stress level. And then as a result, it was concluded that both boys and girls may benefit from texting a friend after experiencing a stressful situation. So they did find that it was beneficial for these kids to have somebody to talk to immediately after the stressful situation. Some discussion questions. Why do you think the results turned out the way they did? How do you utilize eustress when experiencing something new or taking on a new challenge? And thanks for listening.